everybody. Welcome back to the Grizzly Gang. I'm Carson Shea,
I'm Cargleslorman.
I'm Vince Byrne.
And I'm Cade Gebhard.
and we also have our editors Xander Lees and Will Douglas here to help us. And later, they're going to chime in on one of our topics. So first off, we're going to talk about the NFL playoffs. So far, they've been pretty good, but we're getting closer to the Super Bowl, and I wanted to ask you guys about who you think is going to go all the way. So let's start with you, Charles. What's your Super Bowl prediction?
I'm a Packers fan, born and raised, man. Have been since like 2008. Aaron Rodgers is going to get that second ring. We've got him, Devontae Adams, Zadarius Smith on defense. I'm skeptical. I think it'll be a close game, but I'm going Chiefs, Packers, Super Bowl, Packers to win it all.
All right, good prediction. How about you, Cade?
Oh, well, I hate to say it because I'm a Vikings fan, but I have a feeling the Packers are going to win it all. But I have a feeling that the Browns may win against the Chiefs and make it to the Super Bowl. And I hope to see the Browns just get that far because it's been so long since they've made a playoff, and to see them go this far already is impressive.
That'd be really sweet to see. And I know, Vince, I know you're a Browns fan, so would you like to tell us your prediction?
Yeah, I'm a huge Browns fan. Honestly, I'm just here for the ride, you know? Like, no matter how far they get, I'm happy with it. And I don't want to jinx anything. So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with I gotta agree, the Packers have been looking really good. And as far as AFC, who's gonna make it? Probably the Chiefs. I'm agreeing with Charles. I think it's gonna be Chiefs Packers. And I don't think Chiefs are gonna repeat. Packers are gonna come out on top.
I mean,
All right.
it's already impressive too, because last time Browns were in the Super Bowl was 2002. I wasn't even born yet, so I know Will and Xander probably weren't either. So it's cool to see.
Vince, is it true that you cried after the Browns wild card win?
I did cry a little bit.
Respect. I would have done the same.
It's never happened in my life. They've never won a playoff game in my life.
Wow. Yeah, that's a big accomplishment.
0-16 to the playoffs, man. It's a journey.
In just 3 short years.
Those are some great predictions, guys. Hopefully one of yours comes true. I guess we're going to have to see what happens, but I think we're all looking forward to the Super Bowl this year. Now we're going to move on. We're going to talk about Field Day since the themes just got revealed, and I think we're all already looking forward to it. So I'll start with you, student Vincent.
Yeah, like you said, the themes got revealed. I'm super excited about the seniors theme, the Marvel Universe. I think we have the best theme. We've got lots of movies, lots of characters, lots of things we can pull from for material, for t-shirt and whatnot, all those things. So I think we'll be able to come away with the dub on Field Day.
I like that, Vince. Xander, you're a junior. What do you say about that?
I mean, what we don't have in characters or stuff like characters, movies, stuff like that, we make up for in passion, because we are known to have the most or some of the most passionate people in Thunder Ridge history, you know. And Pirates of the Caribbean, I think that's a pretty solid theme, you know. We already kind of know what everything is gonna be, like the cheer, banner, stuff like that, so we can just improve on it instead of like thinking of ideas, you know. And I think we're gonna win this one.
Charles, it looks like you got something to say.
I mean, I like the optimism. I'll give you guys that, and say my nice things first. That's definitely a theme that you can work with. But our victory, just like our graduation, it's inevitable, man. You can run from it, hide from it. Destiny arrives all the same. And right now, the seniors are here, and we are ready to win.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think that's fair.
I'm prepared for it. We've got such a great theme. We're going to crush it this year.
I don't think that's fair. You can't just bring...
Hey, don't say anything like that. I'll snap my fingers right now, man.
Don't. I'll stop. Don't.
I want to hear what Will has to say about this. Will's our other editor who's also a junior, so let's hear what you've got.
Yeah, we have a lot of good potential for us to, with our theme at least. You guys definitely have a really good theme going on for seniors, but I think we can pull through with having a lot more creativity wise with our trash can and our theme at least. Um, yes, you guys have a lot more choices out of different movies, but we've got our basic, we have our straightforward theme of just, we can just drive that through. And I think we can come out on top with this for this year.
Agreed.
Nah, Cade.
I'm just going to piggyback off of Vince. I do think that Marvel is a very good topic. It has a lot of options, which makes it very broad. So we have plenty of different characters and movies that we can use. Although I do think, I do agree with Xander here, though, that Pirates of the Caribbean is still a good topic. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes. I don't know who's going to win. I have a feeling we're going to win, but I think it's going to be close.
We're going
I
to
think
take
it's
the
going to be
dub,
close
baby.
too. I do have to admit the Pirates of the Caribbean is definitely a good theme. That's like 8 movies compared to the 21 in Marvel. So we have a lot more possibilities. Have someone like Spider-Man and Ant-Man. We have so many unique different characters that we can use.
I mean, just don't come crying to Mr. Stark when you juniors start not feeling so good, you know?
I still think that the freshmen might win over the sophomores this year.
That's true. The sophomores have a great theme, as do the freshmen. But they are so evenly matched. It's going to be great to see what these two young classes do, because both topics can be challenging for each one. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they create, because they've definitely got a big task ahead of them. Stranger Things and Wizard of Oz are great, but there could be some challenging aspects there. I'm sure they can do it. They're both great themes, but it's going to be exciting to see.
I agree, because usually the freshman theme is like a lot lower than everyone. But I think that Wizard of Oz is actually a really good theme for them this year. Student government did good with all the themes, especially during COVID. I think that they put the video together very well, and just everything looks like it's going to plan so far. And I think that theme is a good one. So I think it's going to be evenly matched for every grade.
Everyone has a lot of development for it.
Yeah.
Everybody has a lot of good ideas already on what to do for everything.
I think right now we're looking at a field day that we will remember for the rest of our lives as one of the most amazing last field days we could have for us seniors, especially.
Oh, yeah. I'm so happy with this. I love Marvel. So when I saw that our theme was Marvel Cinematic Universe, I was so excited. Those are some of my favorite movies, so I can't wait for field day. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you to Will and Xander again for joining us on this topic. It's been a pleasure having you guys on this time. Thank you for editing, but we wanted to get your point on this since we have a little bit of a rivalry going on. And I think we all know seniors are going to win, but I guess we're going to have a few months and find out for sure.
It's wrong. We're taking that dub.
Seniors and sophomores, they always win. It's got to be perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Yes, sir. Now we're going to move on. We're going to interview Galen, who's a part of Thunder's esports team, who plays Rocket League and League of Legends. So we're going to interview him about his season so far. So let's jump into it. So now we have an interview with Galen Neckvissel, who is the varsity captain of Thunder's esports Rocket League team. And we have some questions that Will, our editor, wrote, and Vince is going to interview him. So let's jump right into it.
Thanks, Carson, and thank you, Galen, for coming on our podcast and doing this interview.
Not a problem.
So my first question is for some people who may not know, what is esports?
So esports is similar to the traditional sports without the physical aspect of it in terms of how people think of them traditionally. Esports is all played online, and it's still the competitive nature where you have the people on the very top. Say, I'll compare it with the NFL with Rocket League. The Super Bowl is there. Rocket League has its own, and it's called RLCS. It's just played through a controller instead of played through physical contact.
Okay, so you mentioned Rocket League. Could you talk about the games you play for esports team and kind of maybe a basic overview of the games?
So at the moment, Thunderidge has 2 separate teams. We got one for Rocket League, which is a game based on soccer with some RC cars. is the best way I describe it. It's rocket power, or not rocket powered. It's little RC cars with a firecracker strapped to the back of them, and you get to have fun with them. And then we also have another team. It's called League of Legends, the game that they play. I'm not quite. I don't quite know a lot about League of Legends. That'd be something to talk with the league team once they fully get up and running this season.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds really interesting. So, as a team, how do you guys get together to practice and coordinate things of that nature?
So at the moment we're in off season, but in the middle of January, our season should start back up around mid-February. I believe it's the 19th coming up. We'll have 2 preseason games. Those usually happen on Thursdays, but when we don't have games, we try to practice every Tuesday, and if we don't have a game on Thursdays, we'll practice on Thursdays. But like any other video games, you can always play with your friends and all that and teammates anytime.
That's true. That's true. How did the past esports season go for you and your team?
So it started with a little bit of a rough patch. We had some management issues and who was going to be on the varsity team and getting everything put together. I believe our first 2 games had just one of our current roster as it is now. I believe it was Brendan, one of our team, and Josh and I with Hunter. We weren't even on the team at the point, and we were slowly getting into it. And we got shifted around, and by the end of the season, the playoff roster was Brendan, Josh, and I going into the playoffs.
How was you guys' first playoffs as a team? How did that go?
As a team, I think it went really well. We ended up losing first round, but as we had to qualify to get up there, it was top 16 teams. In that first round, it was a lot of teams that were pre-established. I believe Rock Canyon was up there. Valor was in there, a couple of other local high schools, and they've had teams for years. And they've had coaching. They have people that have mentored across and have played Rocket League. I know one of the kids, the kid that ended up winning the full state with his team, I believe he's a top 200 player in the entire game in the world. So it was kind of a little bit of a bullying situation there, but we were the one team to actually put up a fight against them this season. That first round of playoffs, we ended up losing to a team that was the closest ranked to us. We were going into the playoffs. We were 8th in the state, and they were 7th in the state. How I believe it's NBA does the brackets, top 1st and 16, 2 and 15, all that going in. We ended up losing in that, but we were the only team to lose 3-4 in a best of 7, putting us at 9th in the state. Had we had gone on, we would have probably been 7th in the state. But we're looking to place higher up, possibly a top 5 finish coming up in this next season coming up.
That's awesome. So you were talking about some of the other schools having more well-established teams. How long has Thunder Ridge had an esports team?
So it started this year as the 2021 school year. We have a coach, Mr. Clark. He's the coach of both the League of Legends teams and the Rocket League team. We had got that just established, finally got a teacher to sponsor the club, and we've got people now fully committing to the team.
That's great. Do you guys only do tournaments and practices, or do you have scrimmages? What's like your kind of schedule, I guess, look like?
So we tend to try and do all of the above. As of recently, the hosting platform that we have, it's called Play Versus, and they allow us to go and schedule scrimmages with local teams and then across the United States. As of recently, in the last 3 weeks, we've had 3 scrimmages, all of which one was from California, one was from Michigan, and I believe another one was from North Dakota. 3 of those games, they were unfairly matched, and we won all 3 of those. But it was definitely a learning moment with getting Hunter in and cycled in till we have at least a backup sub, and we have 4 people for a team just in case something goes out.
Very interesting. That's all the questions I have for you. Is there anything else you want to add?
If anyone wants to kind of come join, we're looking for a JV team and to build something like that, and we'd be more than happy to have kids come and join and check us out.
Awesome. Thank you again for doing this interview for us.
Yeah, thank you.
So I do have a question. I know that, as far as esports go, they're pretty unimpacted by COVID, especially when you consider other sports in the schools. But has that brought up any challenges for you guys, especially this season, just in adapting to it?
So we've had one of our teammates back when we were still figuring out the mumbo jumbo. We ended up having one of our classmates' family contract COVID, and they were on complete shutdown. Don't go anywhere near the house. Don't share anything. And that computer they had was in one of those areas where they couldn't get to, and they ended up not being able to play. And we got their back now, but it has been a struggle making sure people. We've had COVID tests where people can't go show up to practice because they're going to get tested or stuff like that. It's just like any other sport if COVID wasn't a thing. But
Awesome. Thank you very much, and best of luck to you guys going into the season. Sounds like you got a great team and great season ahead of you.
thank you.
Yeah, Gail and I had a question as well. I've been getting more into Rocket League lately, like the past few weeks on my Switch. I had it a few years ago, but I just recently started playing again. Like, what are some good tips just to try to get good? Because I know a lot of people out there listening. I think a lot of people agree that the game's hard to start out at. So
So there's definitely a learning curve with Rocket League. In a lot of games, you have just a slow curve and go up towards the skill level. Rocket League goes jump and then just shoots up for the learning curve. A lot of time would just be spending it in free play and 1v1s because you learn what your mistakes are pretty quickly. Because once you mess up, you're gonna get punished for it pretty quickly.
All right. Yeah. Anyone else have any questions or anything they'd like to add? Yeah, thank you again, Galen. So thanks to everyone watching, and thanks again to Galen for joining us on this second episode of the Grizzly Gang. I'm Carson Shea.
I'm Vince Brown.
I'm Cargleslorman.
And thanks again to Cade, Xander, and Will. Thanks for watching.